Do you really need an MBA? Sometimes the answer is not that simple. I've seen hundreds of leaders leverage their MBA to significantly and positively impact their careers. An MBA is a powerful way to equip yourself with knowledge, skills, and a network that propel you forward. Yet it is not a must for everyone. Very few people ever said, when I grow up, I want to be an MBA. An MBA is a means to an end, but it's also so much more. An action catalyst, a confidence boost, a career springboard. But how do you know it's time and it's the right thing to do? By now, you probably know that more than giving you prefab answers, I guide MBA candidates to the right questions. I also share my insights and analysis into the most recent actual data about what your peers are thinking about and doing right now. As a former senior leader in the MBA admission space, I've always relied on actual data about the journey of prospective MBA students. I don't simply draw on what I see and hear the candidates I'm working with are doing. I take the time to stay up to date on trends, and I regularly speak with colleagues at the top business schools. In the ever-evolving landscape of career opportunities, one question persists. Is an MBA the key to unlocking your fullest potential? I just returned from a series of in-person MBA fairs with the top MBA programs. And one of the questions MBA candidates came to me to discuss quite often was, do I even need an MBA? How do I make a decision about that? The decision to pursue a Master of Business Administration is considered by both seasoned professionals and ambitious, somewhat recent graduates alike. Yet in these times of seemingly boundless possibilities and very unique career pathways, you should not embark on this journey lightheartedly. The MBA degree requires a considerable investment of time and money. So what do you need to do to discern whether the MBA pursuit aligns with your distinctive aspirations? First, you need to set aside any preconceived notions. The last few years have brought about unprecedented shifts in who and why is pursuing an MBA degree. I've worked in MBA admissions for the last 15 years, and the change in the backgrounds and motivations of MBA candidates is more stark than I have ever seen in my career previously. The post-pandemic world of graduate business education has been coupled with new geopolitical challenges, and we're also dealing with renewed economic uncertainty on a global scale. It's not surprising then that you, the MBA candidates, are approaching the question, do I need an MBA, with higher awareness of the need to reflect on your path and how it might lead you to business school or not. In my work with MBA candidates, I have learned that one thing you love quite a lot is to hear about how others, your peers, are approaching their MBA journey. So with this video, I'm going to give you a look into who is pursuing an MBA right now and what drives their choices. Let's dive into the most important insights that you should be aware of right now, the insights that can help you better understand your own motivation, but also give you a glimpse into your competition, your peers who are applying to top MBA programs this cycle. One of the most striking differences in candidate motivations to pursue an MBA comes from the Graduate Management Admissions Council's 2023 Prospective Student Survey. Here's what this most recent survey revealed. Candidates are more motivated to pursue graduate management education to enrich their lives, followed by increasing their income and gaining business knowledge. Globally, prospective students are most motivated to pursue GME to enrich their lives and develop their potential, 15 percentage points more than the next best motivator, increasing income. I cannot overemphasize how significant this finding is. So I want you to pause and really consider it. Sure, increasing income is still very important to prospective MBA students. They want to see an actual earnings-related ROI, but they're significantly more interested in how business school can enrich their lives and have them fulfill their potential. So here, I have a tip for you, MBA hopefuls. When you speak with alumni, the people who walk their MBA path before you, ask them bigger questions. Don't simply ask about whether or not they got the job they wanted post-MBA. Instead, delve into the depth of their personal fulfillment and growth. talk about the transformational experiences that reshape their path, the forging of lasting connections, the expansion of geographic opportunities, and how all of these impacted their life trajectory. Engage in candid conversations with those who have undergone this journey before, and you'll uncover the intangible rewards that go far beyond what can be measured on paper. The second important finding and change from that survey that you should note is that the interest in the technology sector is stagnating. The same survey I just mentioned, the Graduate Management Admission Council's 2023 Prospective Student Survey, revealed a tiny decline in technology as the preferred post-MBA destination for new graduates, from 39% in 2021 to 38% in 2022. The winds of change are gently nudging the technology sector's once unstoppable momentum. However slight, a mere percentage drop in favor of technology as the preferred post-MBA destination for new graduates reveals the beginning of a fascinating shift in career aspirations. Even more interesting is the fact that, in the words of the GMAC report, Gen Z candidates' interest in the tech sector is below the global averages and less than their millennial counterparts. So consider this your invitation to explore the underlying forces that could potentially redefine the trajectory of technology, and in turn, the paths chosen by ambitious MBA graduates seeking their place in this evolving career landscape. The third important insight is that almost half of respondents view sustainability or corporate social responsibility as essential to their educational curriculum. It's important for you to be aware of this trend. This trend carries far-reaching implications transcending individual preferences, and it signals a collective shift in the values embraced by future business leaders. It's imperative for you as an aspiring MBA to be mindful of this prevailing wave, regardless of your personal stance on sustainability or corporate social responsibility. Stepping into an MBA classroom, you're likely to find yourself amidst a driven community where its ethos of responsible and purpose-driven business permeates the very fabric of learning. How do you fit into this dynamic, interconnected environment and the evolving expectations of tomorrow's business leaders to reshape the landscape where profit and positive impact must intertwine? Finally, the fourth key insight I want to share with you today relates to what MBA candidates consider the most essential part of what they hope to learn in an MBA program. Strategy is seen as the most important part of the graduate management education curriculum. Again, the way to use this insight is to consider how it shapes your own thinking about what you need from your degree. Strategy, in its multifaceted nature, relates to the art of visioning, planning, and charting the course toward long-term success. What does strategy mean to you? How does it resonate with your own vision and aspirations? So now that you have learned about some of the most important shifts in motivation for pursuing an MBA in general, what should you do with all of this information? How should you apply it to yourself and your own set of professional and personal circumstances and your aspirations? Let's walk together through some questions you should ask yourself. First of all, do you feel stuck in your current job? Have you maxed out on learning and growth in your current position? If the answer is yes, then you need to pivot. More than one option exists. Can you level up without going back to school? Is it a matter of changing companies or getting assigned to a new project? If the answer is yes, maybe you don't need an MBA right now. Do you feel your career is on a satisfactory trajectory? Is that trajectory sustainable? Can you continue to grow based solely on the experience you're acquiring at each job? If not, are you lacking business knowledge and skills that are necessary for you to advance? This is a very common scenario for those coming from a technical background, the sciences, the liberal arts, or other non-business backgrounds. They hit a ceiling. They get stuck in one lane and lack the credentials, credibility, or confidence to shift or keep climbing. Another question to ask yourself is, do you crave entering a new industry, a different function, starting a venture? All of these are scenarios where an MBA can be a very efficient way to enable a change. Changing industries or functions has traditionally been a major impetus for pursuing an MBA, but the number of entrepreneurs recognizing the value of business fundamentals and heading to business school to get them is seriously on the rise. And schools have upped the resources for the entrepreneurs in their classrooms. An MBA is not a must for any of these scenarios, but for many, it can be an effective path to getting there. Finally, is there a burning desire in you that doesn't have a name yet? In my work with MBA hopefuls like you, I have witnessed one more scenario, a bit more ambiguous. Maybe you met and observed other MBAs and their success. Maybe a parent has one. Maybe you reported to one. Maybe a founder you admire is one. So you kind of start to think, what if? I hope you see how I'm using this exercise. An MBA may not be the answer, but the important part here is to ask yourself the questions. You're not where you want to be. That's why you're watching this video. If you're not where you want to be, if something is missing to connect your now to your next, then you need to identify what the obstacle is and find a bridge across. Here's a very useful next step. Get a feel of what it's like to be an MBA student. It's easier than ever to do this. Schools have upped their game even more, and virtual information sessions or online MBA conferences offer great ways to hear from all stakeholders in the game: faculty, admissions, current students, alumni, and others in the MBA admissions ecosystem. You don't have to chase all the answers alone. In fact, you never should. Talk to others and seek advice. See if you come away inspired, wanting to be part of the tribe, and feeling that an MBA just might be your bridge.